Hello and welcome to your pick a card reading for Leo season. We have left Cancer's watery healing depths and we have entered Leo's fire. This is literally warming us up from the inside. The fire's being reignited. We are being brought back to life. Our heart is starting to race again. Cancer season was heavy. It was deep. It was drawing us inwards. We really needed to allow ourselves to cocoon inwards and allow ourselves to be held unconditionally by ourselves, to really allow the space that we needed as human beings, as our individual selves, to witness and be seen and be safe in a way that we have never allowed before. This Cancer season really dug down deep. But now with Leo season coming back around, always a season about boldness and joy and courageousness and letting yourself shine and sparkle. Leo season is the lion. It is proud. It roars. It tells you to take your crown, put it on your head, take the room on the stage that is meant for you, because there is a part of that stage for all of us. Leo is ruled by the sun season, especially for us here in the Northern Hemisphere, where it is literally the summer. So what has this Leo season got in store for you? We have 1, 2, 3 card piles. Pick the one that you're most drawn to. Take a moment, pause the video, tap into your heart space. I always say this, heart space always, but this one especially. Tap into that lion heart. We have the 3 piles. This one is Tiger's Eye. Pile 2 is rhodochrosite. And pile 3 is lapis lazuli. So whichever pile you're drawn to, whichever crystal draws you in the most, this is the pile for you. And the timestamps are in the description box below. All of my details are there, also my socials, my contact details. If you would like to reach out for a more in-depth personalized reading with me, I would love to delve into what the cards have to say for you specifically. This is a general reading for whoever picks it up. So some bits may land better than others, some bits may not quite land. It's because it's meant for somebody else. Take the elements that really resonate with you. Sit with it. Some things may land later. I hope you have a gorgeous Leo season, guys, and I will see you in your reading. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You picked the Tiger's Eye, and let's see what card came out for you. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So the Queen of Wands in the reverse is a really interesting one to get for Leo season, because, I mean, queens generally, we want the right way up. They are at their detriment in the reverse. But this is really speaking to, this is Leo season embodied, Queen of Wands. Like, this is that proud lion, lioness, crown, throne, absolutely like regal in her power, like creativity, joy, confidence. It's Leo all over, but you've got it in the reverse. No such thing as bad cards in tarot, just in its detriment. So what this is speaking of to you for this Leo season is the fact that we need to work on aspects of self here to get you sat on your throne in your power in the upright instead of hanging off upside down. So this is a card in the reverse that can speak of being scared to take risks, being completely and utterly like unconfident, like not sure of self, not sure of your power, not sure of your creative abilities, maybe completely and utterly losing the spark of your creative abilities, just completely thrown off your game. So let's pull some cards to see what the month has in store for you and how we can get your Queen of Wands in the upright. So Leo season is about this creative child's play, this passion ignited deep within our bellies, from our hearts, and letting our radiance, our inner radiance, shine out into the world. That is Leo embodied. There's so much power in Leo. There's so much power in all signs. But Leo holds that regal lion spark to it. And so this Leo season is really calling us up to that. It always wants us. Ooh, it always wants us to reach our most glorious shining potential and do it in style and do it with flair. Lean in to the dramatics almost, because that is part of the human experience. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Sorry, haven't got there yet, but beautiful, beautiful. So this month for you, we have the Six of Wands here. So, and in fact, wands, wands, wands. We've got lots of wands. Wands is the fire element coming through for you. And the Six of Wands is a card here that is talking of this like success, this uprising of you. If you view this figure here, so especially with the fact that we have this Queen of Wands in the reverse, and this is the month for you, it's speaking of this journey that you need to take, that you will go on to reach your throne, to get this the upright. And we've got a pro thing here, I already said. We've got the King here of Wands in the upright. So this is like, you're going to get there, absolutely no doubt about it. And this is a card about stepping into the limelight, getting recognition, like really, really, truly being seen for like the Queen of Wands that you are, for this powerful badass that you are. It's victory, it's optimism. It's about inspiring others. You've got this like, these five figures here all dancing with you, but there's an element of celebrating you. So this really is your rising up, pile one. Rising up into your power, rising up into your potential. The word teacher is really, really coming through. Teacher, leader, influencer, but like not in the ooey icky way of being an influencer, just being a good influence on the people that look up to you, people that respect you. And this could be, if you work in a field like I do, saying you have people that quite literally like look at your work. So it could be people that follow you, find you inspirational. This could be your niece, your nephew, your daughter, your parents, your friends. Do you know what I mean? Anything and everything, all of the above. But there is this stepping up into it. And the figure here repeating, like this is the same person in the star. And the star is a card about hope. This is a card about renewal. The star speaks of having gone through a really turbulent time. It comes after the tower. And shit me, when the tower gets hit, ouch. Flying out in flames, on fire. Ouch, the uncomfortable. But my God, how much was that necessary to come flying out and land thinking, fuck? It was needed, because your tower wasn't sturdy and it builds you a solid foundation. And there's something that can be said of this. There's something that you can see after the chaos, through that turbulence. So whatever upheaval, chaos, heartbreak, movements, shifts you've been going through, in Cancer season especially, whatever has absolutely knocked you for six, there's this uprising here, this flow, this really, really stepping into a divine knowing that it all had purpose and hope has come again. Renewal, restoration, a rising up in a much more fluid and like soft power. And we need hope. It can be really, really dark in life when we lose sight of hope. So this coming back in is a massive sign that you are on that road to like recovery. And with that road to recovery is also that road to up leveling. You are on both here, because they work in tandem. They're in flow with each other. They are not separate from each other. Our journeys are always completely and utterly like wound in together. And then we have the Ace of Wands here in the reverse. And this is like generally in the upright speaks of like new beginnings. And like in the reverse, it's a block. It's talking much of this Queen of Wands energy of like feeling uninspired, having creative blocks, having unfocused energy that can burn out. And we have it here with the Queen of Cups in the reverse as well. And so I'm very much drawn to the fact that in regards to this, it is then talking about the Queen of Cups in regards to the indicator of what's this in relevance to, because hope is restored here, and we have this water body that's coming through with the star card, and the Queen of Cups is the Queen of Water. And in the reverse, she is insecure. She's not listening to her intuition. She's not responsible for her own emotions. She's either controlling them or she's suppressing them. We need to tap in to that divine knowing, our inner voice more, to get the Queen of Cups in her power in the upright. And we've got two queens in the reverse here. And we're landing on a King of Wands. So your divine feminine aspect, your feminine part of self, is out of whack. And then the star, this restorative water, the restorative water being the part, water is feminine element. This is a month to feed your fire this month, fire being masculine. You're going to have to tend to your waters. And this is like a through line, a thread coming through from Cancer season. Don't worry, Cancer season is done. We're in Leo season. You've got this fire helping you to transmute. You're not going to be drowning in the water anymore. Cancer season was tough. And I've got that like a really heavy belly right now feeling like Cancer season was tough for you. But filling up your cup, filling up your divine feminine cup is how you're going to reach this peak of King of Wands. And this is masculine. Fire is masculine. So Leo season of fire sign is inherently a masculine sign. So you're ending up in ultimate power stance here. Don't worry, but you have to tend to yourself. Because by tending to your emotional well-being, you're also tending to this creative block, this lack of inspiration, this burnout part. Because this is what you're in need of doing. And also this is what you're desiring. This is what you're wanting. And you've got hope renewed. There's this up leveling, this push for victory, this push for success, this desire for success, this desire to be seen, this desire to teach, this desire to lead. Hope renewed, restored. But this is the TLC part that you really need to allow yourself this month. Because we need the Ace of Wands to flip upright, this new beginning. And we need the Queen of Cups in her power. So tending to yourself, because then we get to the King of Wands here. And the King of Wands is in his power. He is a natural born leader. He is like the epitome of success. He is a visionary. He leads. He is all that you want, this lion Leo. Like, oh my God, what more of a beautiful omen do you want for this month than this lion here? Sat in your throne, on your throne, in your power, completely and utterly embodying all it is that you desire. And this is the King of Wands, means that there'll be this push forwards then in a really, really driven, ambition, like passionate way. Very, very worldly, like of the earth, of like your actual being actually doing in the world way, because it's the King of Wands. But there's some inner tending to here. So let's see how we can assist you this month. So we have the betrayed heart, risk opening up to life and love. Your heart has had some damage, this tower moment before the star. This card is saying, like, don't let your heart close up. If it's already closed, you've already put up these walls and boundaries. There's this like de-icing. But Spirit's saying like, this is more of a like, just don't let it reoccur, because you have been doing the thawing within the Cancer season. So this fire can actually come through. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Don't like, no icy, lots of melty. Let this inspire to push you forwards. However you have been betrayed, whatever has happened to your heart space, allow it to fuel you. Allow everything else to release, to seep away. What other cards have we got for you? Taurus. Trust, patience, and sensuality. Taurus is an earth sign. Taurus is all about getting grounded and rooted, really stable, really solidly like in the ground. And it's the divine feminine because it's earth. So this really is this leaning into this heart space, tending to your divine feminine. Trust, patience, and sensuality. Fall in love with self again. Let the fire of Leo season that's coming in like start to burn. But not like burn ouch, like burn in a really yummy way, sensual way. Connect to your body, connect to yourself. What feels good? Go for that massage. Hug people. Be with people. Like touch yourself. Bring out all elements of that divine spark and beauty within. It will really, really help with this process. Let's go with, sorry, picking decks. Didn't pre-pick, I'm just sat here with my box like, which ones do I want? We're going to go with this. Pile ones for Leo season. Meadow, success, blessings, and positivity. Guys, you've got a great month ahead, but there is this like reforming and coming back to life in a really joyous, beautiful way. Things are going to bloom, expand. You've got so much on offer to you. Just top up your divine feminine, which is all about self-love, care, and tenderness. Because you're working towards success. So the Queen of Wands here in the reverse, you may feel out of whack right now and upside down and topsy-turvy and absolutely not in your power, not in your groove, but you're gonna get there. That's what the month is saying. All that you want, all that you desire will really, really, truly come. So we're in Leo season and we have a new moon in Leo, of which I am going to do another pick a card reading specifically for, but I just want to mention it because it is tomorrow. Depends when you're listening to this. So tomorrow is the 24th, it's Thursday. So use the new moon in Leo will be a great opportunity for you. Use it and utilize it. This is just general advice for everybody, but obviously specifically works for you here. But it's a new moon, new intentions, and it's really amplified. It's really calling us to get rid of the ick. It's really asking us to step out of the shadows and into the light and leave what's in the shadows that doesn't serve us there, to be like dead and buried. Come through the darkness and into the light. Who do you want to be? How do you want to shine? How do you want to serve? Like really, really step into that tomorrow, or whenever you're listening to this. New moon energy can be utilized for a couple of days. So if you're watching this a bit late, you can still utilize it. It's not a problem. Right, let's use this deck. No, we're using this deck. Some further messages for my pile one, please. Visions of life beyond death. Triple goddess coming through here. So really, really tapping into the divine feminine to be able to see and then trust yourself. This is really tapping back into self so that things can be birthed anew. And we've got the full moon here in the picture. Obviously, there's a new moon in Leo. But this then speaks of that halfway point through this Leo season, essentially, where you'll be able to release more. So really tend to yourself, like from now. It's like keeping a bit of that Cancer edge in, tap into the divine feminine, let the fire slowly start to build within you. Because the more you heal the feminine side, the more you tend to that, the more you get into that groove, you allow rest, tenderness, unconditional love, tapping back into your sensuality. The fire can build, and it will like really, really allow yourself some space to release on the full moon. And then I really feel like the fire will kick in and really, like in the second part of Leo season, really, really push you towards this. But you're really having to tap into your intuition, to your feminine self, trust yourself. Allow the remaining part of your death process to occur. Allow the restoration that is needed, the renewal. Purify. Because there's stuff beyond. There is life beyond death. There is this meadow that you are aiming towards. You may be stuck in the darkness right now or have been in the darkness, but what you're going towards is this beautiful meadow full of flowers. You're coming out of the darkness, but there's still an element of like being in the trenches still occurring for you. Let's pull one last card to set you on your way. I'm going to pull a goddess card. So this is a goddess that you can work with throughout the month, throughout Leo season. Boudica, unity. Did she take shit? She certainly did not. She stood and she fought and she rose up in ultimate power. She took her divine feminine. She stepped into her divine feminine rage and then utilized this through a very masculine means to go to war, because it was feminine, because she's protecting her people. She stood up and she led. And there's like this weird balance there of this mother archetype, but also the warrior archetype. So there really is this like using your pain, using these experiences, using that tower moment, the betrayal, whatever occurred. Allow the healing to complete. Give yourself that. But it's about building you in confidence to step into your power, to step up to the warrior, divine warrior you are supposed to be. And then, of which I've not spoken of, you've got Tiger's Eye, which is all about confidence. Cat energy, lion energy, big cat energy, being a tiger. Confidence, creativity. It's really all there for you this month, my loves. I will leave this there for you. I hope this helped. If you would like a more in-depth personalized reading directed for you, then please reach out. My details are in the description box below. Please give it a like, subscribe so you don't miss a video. Let me know if there's any pick a card readings in the comments that you would like to see. And I will see you in my next reading. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You picked the 𝐂𝐴𝐴, and then you have, as your main card, the Knight of Wands in the reverse. And the Knight of Wands in the reverse is a card that speaks of unfocused energy. It's a card about needing to be more self-aware, like really, really needing to tap in to yourself a bit much and not let the fire within like overtake too much and either be too impulsive or be reckless or just hot-headed and fiery. It's like an actual need to like rein in a bit of the fire. So Wands is fire, which is perfectly in fitting for the fact that we are in Leo season, which is fire ruled. But there's like a need to like hold on to your horses a little bit, is the energy coming through, so that you're not rushing off in a way that is not going to serve you as best it could. So it's like Spirit's making it seem in like my field that it's as if the fires come back in. So Cancer season was quite the Cancer season for us all, and the fire has reignited, and it's like you have gone, whoom, yes, absolutely, fire's back, fucking hell yeah, let's go. And Spirit's going, whoa, 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 wait, like, hold your horses. That's the phrase that keeps coming through. Hold your horses, because if you, oh my God, yeah, there's this like, this energy, this hecticness of the cards just going everywhere. Like, let's like tame the fire a bit, so you don't run off all crazy, causing havoc and chaos that you're then going to have to like retract on and retreat and recover from come Virgo season. So yes, it's wonderful that fire has come back, and I'm very glad that you're inspired by it and that you're feeling it. But the message here being that we need to tame it a little bit. This doesn't mean that you can't embrace like the Leo season fire. Absolutely not saying that at all. It's just more of a like, let's make sure that everything is just, yeah, a bit more controlled, so you're not starting wildfires that you're gonna have to put out at a later date. So the first card that we have here is the Nine of Pentacles, a beautiful card. Pentacles being the earth element. And this is like a card that is about reaching milestones in life, because the earth element speaks of our like our life, our material world, and like very much our humanness. And it's a card about that like level of personal achievement. It's a successful harvest that then brings us joy. So it's depicted as this person enjoying the fruits of their labor. They have planted the seeds, tended to them, looked after them, made this beautiful, gorgeous garden, and then they're basking in it because they've reached a level of like personal success, personal, yeah, achievement. So there is this level of like that, and this feeding this like fire, like almost Spirit's putting it through as like, and with this there's almost a level of like, okay, come down, hold your horses, like, yes, this is beautiful, this is amazing, you've done good, you have done good, and you deserve to bask in the glory of that, absolutely. But like, there is this like, I'm just keep being shown, it's the weirdest image to come through Spirit, but if you've seen that Friends episode, and I think it's, I'm obviously speaking to certain generations here with this, there's like episode where Ross is telling like Chandler, it doesn't matter, but like he's doing this like to be like, turn it down, be quiet. I don't, you know, like it's like this image, and that's what's coming through to my head. So there's this like needing to like hold your horses, tone it down a little bit, take like, yes, wonderful, celebrate your successes, but like watch the ego. And ego is a massive so Leo's great, wonderful, all signs have their pros, all signs have their cons, and one with Leo and Leo energy, that fire energy, can be like ego-y. Like, confidence is great and we should all have confidence, but it leans into that like bit of that icky jock type, and that's just me going back into like 90s movies type of depictions, but like that dickhead confidence ego energy that we don't want. So like for some of you there's a level of like play it careful, and then I've got the need to also say there could be some of you that you've got somebody in your life that's doing the Ross, doing the meh, tone it down, you're too much, stop now. And if that's the case, there's I'm being asked to tell you that don't let somebody make you small. Like, celebrate your successes. You're allowed to do it, and don't let somebody feel like you can't. Don't let somebody put a rain on your parade. But that is just for some. We have this followed with here the Four of Swords. Swords is the air element, and it speaks of like our mental landscape. It speaks of our intellect, our mind. It is our fears, worries, anxieties, and we've got her here too. We've got the Queen of Swords here at the end. The Four of Swords is a card that is about needing to take a rest. And needing to take a rest because you need to renew. You need to tap into a space of self-love. You need to heal yourself from whatever's been occurring. It can speak of burnout and a need to step away, a need to like restore, a need to meditate. And it can also talk of this period of like needing to go through that part of the cycle where you almost sit in the shadows a bit, because you have to just take this step away to really start to work with, so you can transmute the shadow work that you have been doing, the journey you've been on. So this lady sat here in the hammock looking at the swords. It's like the swords, the problems, the stuff that's there that's on your mind doesn't go away, but you take a step back, retreat, relax, and so you can view them from afar, so that you can either go back in and address them, or that you're doing that there, you're addressing them, you're just doing it in a way that is offering you rest and recuperation, which is just very much required. So like this hold your horses, and then this celebratory, like, it's amazing that you've reached this milestone. It's amazing that you reached this part, but like, you have to allow pause. You cannot keep running like full force at it. You've reached it. So now is the time to take that step back and relax, retreat, really, really look at it. Really, really calm your energies. Let's get like all of that like hecticness that I was feeling, that like ping, 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 bang, 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 like really, really like ADHD type of energy. We need to like tone it down and just relax. If you find it hard to relax, then this is your invitation to find ways that work for you. We're all different. I always say to people, like, what's a spa day for you? Because we don't all like spa days, but there's something of that ilk that will suit you. It's just finding what it is. We then have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. And aces are about new beginnings. They are about like new starts, fresh inspiration coming through. But it's in a block, it's in its detriment in the reverse. And this actually complements the Four of Swords quite well, because it's a card that talks about a time to like that needing to nurture yourself, really, really needing to step into a space where you can offer yourself like love. Tap in, so you make sure that you aren't blocking or repressing any of your emotions, and that you really, really like tap in so you can open up your heart. And we're moving here from, so we've got the Wands, which is fire, and then we have the Swords that is air, and these are both masculine. And then Cups is the feminine, as is this. So there's this element of asking you to tap back into the feminine to get yourself in flow, that will help you step back into your masculine power, because it's maybe a queen, but swords is masculine. But you really, really have to tend to some inner wells here. You really, really have to like allow this new beginning. Really, really allow intuition to spark back up, or spark for the first time. Really allow new opportunities of love and creativity and connectivity to source to come through you. We then have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is a card that is about abundance. So it follows on from the Nine of Pentacles. So you've got this in flow and tandem. This is in the middle. So it's like this abundance here that leads on to this abundance here, which is much more wealth, prosperity, community abundance. There's family depicted, this fairy tale castle. This literally is that like building of a lifelong legacy. So you've got this progression. But this slowing down and tending to your inner wells is very, very much required. The 9 to 10 will happen in this month, and it will happen organically. You do not need to rush it. You need to allow space to rest and recuperate. And it may feel like it's very much going against Leo's fiery push. And this doesn't mean you can't go out and have fun. And that could be part of this tending to self, tending to your emotional well-being. Spend time with friends and loved ones and tap back into self in that way. Find that spark for love and source again through that. We've done the inward turn of the healing with the Cancer season. This you can embody the outward turn of Leo season here to heal you. Because then at the end we have the Queen of Swords in her upright, in her power stance of the swords. This is how we want kings and queens. And look at her. She is absolutely in her power, completely intuitively connected to source in regards to the wisdom of the owl that she is holding. A clear mind, a clear mental landscape. This makes her honest and perceptive, a great communicator, one that can speak truth, someone that can make decisions without worry or fear. This is a beautiful power stance to get to through this month. Having built on your legacy, having built on something in your world that you've been working towards that deserves to be like celebrated. But there is that like, slow it down. Slow it down. It's okay to tone it down, quieten it a little bit. This is what's required. It's like a hush here. But you're going to come back with all the more powerful voice in the end. You don't need to go yelling it with reckless abandon this month. Tone down a bit of the Leo. And really, really, like with this coming at the end, it's a month to watch what you're saying. The Four of Swords. Take a step back. What words are you using? What are you saying? Are you speaking in haste? Are you speaking from hurt? Watch your words so that you can tend to this Ace of Cups, so it can go the upright. Because the Ace of Cups in the upright is gorgeous. It's new opportunities and love and creativity and worth and divine connection. It's glorious. And the rhodochrosite as a crystal is heart healing. It's there to help you. Comes through to tend to your heart space and deal with the icky bits, the shadows, but really transmute it into this big loving lion's heart. Whatever it is that's preventing this Ace of Cups being the upright way. It's also a lesson to be learned in tending to our heart space and not ignoring it by just pushing in any sort of material worldly way. Full focus on career, yay, that's successful, but how's your heart? How's your connection to God, to source? And there's definitely a part of this with the owl here, with the Queen of Swords. This clear communication will be in life, but it's definitely this element of this clear communication with spirit coming back online, or coming online for the first time, depending where you're at with your journey. But it is a new beginning, a fresh start. Let's see what other cards we have for you, my dear pile 2. Knowing heart. Heed your intuition. This is definitely about tapping back into your intuition, guys. And then even this, the way this figure is almost got like a horse-like stance to it. So this don't push forward recklessly, don't push forward in haste. And one's being fire, a very worldly push in the world, drive in the world. And the heed, your intuition, is you're pushing forwards, you're working on your push forwards, your connection to spirit, your connection to intuition, connection to your heart space. That is where this focus point is, away from the material, away from the worldly, and into that heart space, into that connection to source. Meditation, this Four of Swords card, of which it speaks, is a great one for this. If you've never meditated, 5-minute meditations. Start small. Do not set yourself up for failure by going, I'm going to do an hour meditation for my first meditation, because you won't. House 8, transformation, karma, facing fears and legacies. This is like the black part of this crystal. This is the shadowy part that's still there. What have you been avoiding in your connection to spirit? What have you been avoiding in your emotional landscape? What is in your heart that you fear? Because it's time to transform it. There is a karmic loop that has been playing out, that is still here this season for you to shift and come back online. Linked to childhood, linked to your parent or parental figures. Like a tale as old as time, a pattern that is coming through that still needs that little bit of work. But then you've got all your abundance, Don't doubt that, and don't doubt it's going anywhere. There will still be progression in the way you want there to be, even if you allow the time, as you should, to work on this. And then flight, opportunity, prosperity, and new adventure. Very, very drawn to bird. This opportunity that's coming through here, this prosperity that's already here and will continue to grow. The new venture is of the heart. The new venture is with this connection with spirit. The new venture is tapping more into that feminine knowing, your intuition. This is your new venture. And then there will be new ventures after that. It will open up more space come Virgo season. Defend to the end, the worthwhile, and then inspiration. Bird here again, owl here again. Defend to the end, the worthwhile. So we shift what we don't need. But we also, this intuitive knowing what we want to defend, what we want to bring power to, is the things that are worth it, the worthwhile, the things that truly make our heart sing. This Ace of Cups. And this haste that's spoken about here. Don't push forwards and defend things that aren't worth it. This is really tapping into your intuition, really tapping into self, letting die what needs to die and let go. And only bring forth the things that really, really like you stand in alignment with at a really, really deep soul level. And then we have inspiration. Opportunity, prosperity, new venture with inspiration. Things will land. Inspiration. So where do things land? Our mind. Queen of Swords. Inspiration lands with us. And then we build. There's nothing in this world that didn't come from someone's mindscape. It didn't come from a part of inspiration. Things are created. So there's inspiration. There's this like oomph dropping for you. Let's see what goddess archetype you can work with this month. For my pile twos, what goddess can they work with? Vesta. Home. So really really working, and with the Ten of Pentacles can speak of legacies, as does this the 8th house, the legacies, that family legacy. So there very much is this like this home, this root, this childlike like component to it here, healing the home, healing your connection to home, healing your connection to your inner child, healing your connection to your parents or parental figures, healing your relationship with them. There's a definite like family-esque part to this of like the shadows of which you've been facing are very much linked to family trauma, family patterns, ancestral work that you came here to work with. But there's wisdom coming in. I would very much use the owl as a guide for you this month. Owl totem, I recommend that. Anyway, I will leave this there for you guys. I hope this gave you some insight. If you would like more personalized, deeper insight to yourself, please reach out. My details are in the description box below. Please like it, share, subscribe, do all of those things that really, really help get this out there a bit more. Drop in the comments. I would love to know what pick a card readings you fancy me doing, as I would love to do some more and vary it up a little bit. And I will see you in my next reading. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. We have, let's get rid of that one, that's from the previous reading. You picked the lapis lazuli. And the world in the reverse. And the world in the reverse speaks of a need for closure. So it's the last card in the major arcana journey, in the hero's journey. And in the upright, it talks of that completion. And then we start again. This is a bit like in its detriment. There is a need for closure. There is a need to follow through. There is a need to complete whatever needs to be completed, but you're not quite there yet. So the focus this month for you will be on getting this chapter of your life in some way closed. So let's see what Leo season has for my pile 3s. For my pile 3s, please, Spirit. Oh, am I going to do it? We're going to be cheeky. You're going to have one more. You have one more card than the other piles. Shh, don't tell them. Can I fit them all? Sorry, this is the silly part of like trying to. Yeah, that's like almost on. Almost on. Let's move you a little bit. There we go. Okay, so not perfectly fitting. So first of all, lapis lazuli is very much a third eye crystal. It's very much this connectivity point into source. It's very eye-opening, third eye opening, and very, the word regal keeps coming through, and regal is a very Leo trait. So first card here that we have is justice, and justice is all about balance. Justice is a card, look at me getting them all straight and then fucking things up. She holds the scales because she wants justice. She wants things to be just and fair and in balance. She wants, this is karma coming in and doing what it's supposed to do to make sure everything is fair, divinely fair and just. So there is this like this need for balance coming through with the Two of Pentacles as well, because twos, which, and justice is 11, so justice is a card that is like double like makes two but they both talk about balance, and this is a card like justice. She is fully accountable, like she owns what needs to be owned and just make sure everything is fair in all ways, shapes and forms. Balances those scales. And the Two of Pentacles is a card that talks about a need for balance, a need for equilibrium, seeking such balance and harmony. You've got the turbulent waves in the background occurring, but this like dance that this figure is doing to bring things into flow, to bring things into balance. So this is very much your journey this month, because this is preventing you. So we need like this completion that is occurring, that needs to occur here with the world. And then, like I said, what follows the world is the Fool. So I love that the Fool has come out here in the reverse though. And the Fool is the first card in tarot, the first card of the hero heroine's journey. And in the reverse, it's a card that is really, really leaning into the foolishness of the Fool. And it's pushing forward a bit impulsively, going through with impulsive choices and rushing something, not completely having the full experience before setting off on the journey. Because this needs to complete first. You have to find the equilibrium, the balance. You have to restore balance to yourself. Otherwise, you will set off as the Fool. And what we want is this in the upright, where we want this to be new beginnings and new potentials, and set off on your journey in a lovely trotting way, not in this impulsive way. With the fact that we have the Chariot with it as well. And the Chariot is a card that is about swift movement when it's in the upright. The Chariot can really like push forwards. It is a chariot, it's charging forwards, but it charges forwards in victory, in determination towards success. Wonderful in the upright. In the reverse, it doesn't. It's all about going in the wrong direction. So without finding balance, without letting something complete that needs to complete, you're going to rush off in the wrong direction. Because the Chariot rushes off in the right direction, the upright, and you've got these two horses here, and these depict like balance. They need to be balanced, and they need to be in union, the harmony, to be able to push forwards. Without this chapter closing that needs to close, and whatever that is in your life, it's gonna be landing. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about in your reality. Without closing that chapter completely, you will not be able to set off in the right direction where you're supposed to go. So you need to find that balance, that equilibrium, that harmony. This is the main focus for you, my dears. And this is really, really important, because you have, apart from 1, 2, all major arcana here. So whatever you have been going through has been a lot, because this is like talking of deep soul work. This is your hero heroine's journey. This is the unavoidable shit of why you're here on this earth. And then we have the 5 of Wands here. And this is a card that it can talk about conflict. It can talk about challenge. It can also, in its more positive sense, talk about this like dynamic energy and unionizing. But there's very much this like, it's a push to quickly become the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. But there's this like this foolishness, this speeding off in the wrong direction, and this fight to become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Like this push that is not going to be good for you. What we want is to find this balance, for these to both be in the upright, and then this will be much more about dynamic energy pushing you forwards. And then we have the Judgment in reverse at the end, this self-doubt that comes through. This card talks about a denial of your true self, a denial of your story. It's a card that's you're hiding behind masks. In the upright, it's a card about being spiritually awakened, having that redemption from really, really stepping into your truest heart of hearts, your truest spirit of spirit. And there's a denial of it, a blocking of it in the reverse. And that this card pool is very different to the other card piles in regards to this is what it's showing you if you don't find the balance. So this is the focus point. If you do not complete this chapter this month, if you do not find this equilibrium and harmony, then you are like high speeding, train wrecking your way to a really, really uncomfortable place where you are going to continuously hide and wear masks just to survive, just to be accepted, just to be seen, but you're never really accepted because you're not really seen. So this is the bit for you guys I'm going to pull the cards in focus on primarily, because this is the bit that we want the most assistance. We need you to come into harmony. Oh, hang on, I want the card that's on the floor. Bendy, bendy. So we have unavailable heart, face painful experiences and heal. What are you denying yourself here, pile 3? What are you not letting complete? What are you too scared to address? What are you too scared to face? What are you too scared to shut the door on? You need to bring yourself back into a really heart-centered space, but you have to allow whatever this balance is for you. Everything's out of whack. Too out of whack. Oh. Gemini. Curiosity, intellect, and networking. I feel the instant need to reference Gemini season. Gemini season came before Cancer season, so as we've just entered Leo, it is the month before the last month. So it would have been the 20th, around 20th to the 22nd of May to June. What was happening in Gemini season? Where were you at? What was happening? What was occurring in your life? Gemini season is coming really, really into play in regards to your transformation, in regards to this death process, this cocooning caterpillar that you need to go through to transform and fly away like the butterfly. But it also then speaks of this curiosity. Be curious to explore the parts that you are hiding from, the parts that you are scared of, so that you can seek this balance. People that heal, people that go on these journeys, people that find joy again, do it because they confront their shadows, they confront their demons, they confront their painful parts, they scream it out, they cry it out, talk it out with friends, counselors, all the things. They are curious enough to see what else could occur. And this is what I really, really recommend for you guys. Sorry, decks all around me. Another card, please, Spirit. The key, inner calling, clarity, and intention. So the key is my logo is based off Chiron's symbol in astrology. Chiron is the wounded healer, and then it speaks of that key. Chiron is all about healing your hurts. Healing is that wound, like going into the shadows, healing them, and finding the joy, finding the gold. And it's that key. It looks like a key because it is the key to your success. It's the key to your unbinding. It is the key to your freedom. It is the key to the judgment in the upright. It is the key. Owl being wise old owl wisdom to use. This journey that you've been on, whatever is completing, is because this new journey for you guys is your calling. It's why you are here. This is why there's so much major arcana. This is big. Trust it. Trust it, trust it, trust it. Please trust it. Trust it because you're stepping into your power. Really, really royal, regal, like throne-like power. And there's networking here with the Gemini card. And then we also have yellow roses. Roses are all about love, the divine feminine, but yellow roses specifically are about friendship. So there's very much this like lean on your friends, lean on your support networks, really lean into friendships that will really, really help you this month. Restore your balance and get some clarity. But this key, lean into your hurts. You have to heal them. It is very much the calling of this Leo season of the shadows into light. Letting yourself shine as you're supposed to shine. Stepping up into your power. Restore balance first. And that's restore balance in all ways. Restore balance between your divine feminine and divine masculine. Which one is in more power yet? A really simple way to see if you're in more of your divine feminine or divine masculine can be stand and see which way your body naturally ends up leaning more. If it leans more towards the left, then you are like in need of more divine masculine. You need to work on your divine masculine. If you lean more to the right, you need to work more on your divine feminine. That's a really, really just quick, simple way for your body to tell you if you don't know signs of divine feminine and masculine enough to know yourself of what you might need. That's not the deck I want right now. Let's try this one. Let yourself heal. Pandora's Gift. And then Spirals of Manifestation. This is the last card in this deck. Last card in the Major Arcana journey that needs a completion stage. So there truly is this like element here of needing like this completion stage of something. So you can rise up in power. This person taking their mask away. And Pandora let all of these things out. But hope remained. There's always hope. So don't be scared of all of the things that are in the box. Don't be scared of the grief or the pain or the envy or the jealousy or any of the other yucky things, because there's hope. There is hope, I promise you. And then we have Spirals of Manifestation. So this inner calling, this like, if you really lean into this to let this complete, it switches everything. It changes your trajectory, words are hard, to what it needs to be. And then the spirals of manifestation that will occur for you are going to be so in alignment and so beautiful and so glorious. It is worth it. Shadow work is always worth it. Really, really delving into the pain so it can be released is always worth it. What is it you are avoiding? What do you not want to let go of? Goddess to work with this month is Pele, purpose. Tapping into your divine purpose. Ask her to guide you this month. Use her archetypal energy to tap into that fire source, that purpose, why you're here, and let that be your shining light, that guiding point to assist you in really closing down this chapter. But this is very much needed, very much required. Call her in. I hope this helped, guys. If you would like to delve deeper into what this Leo season personally has in store for you, please reach out. My details are in the description box below. I'd also like to mention that I do intuitive energy healing, which if you are not based in Hampshire, where I am, I can actually do anywhere in the world, and it could be really, really beneficial in this balancing and resetting. So it is something that I would advise, and if you're interested in that, obviously the details are the same. I'm sending you so much love and so much power. You've got this. Please lean into it. Please trust it. And if you need assistance, reach out. I'll see you in my next reading.